Testing. It's working. Okay. I'm all good.
Wow.
I'm all good in the hood.
It's gonna be one of those nights.
This is and I wasn't even supposed to be here today.
Quick roll
the kind of night.
There's a big clerk's night.
Too late to
It's a big.
regret those decisions.
Well, there's not much going on, but I came here to hang out with my friends whom I haven't spoken to in a while anyway. And that's sometimes all it takes to make this the Loose Screws podcast.
Pull down my trousers and do your job.
All right.
I love you. I love you. Just so you know.
Okay.
See, the question now
anyways.
is, does he even remember he's got the voice on at this point?
I wasn't going to tell him.
Maybe I do. Maybe I don't.
No, you were right. You were totally right. I did not remember. I had the voice on.
Sounds so stupid.
Yeah.
Well, here we are. Here we find ourselves. I personally had totally forgotten what day it was because I've been doing a little traveling with the family and all this holiday time off and stuff, and I just completely lose track of reality and didn't realize. And then some chitter chatter started to happen here because, you know, we have a pretty good crew, and so they started to, without any direction, assemble a podcast team. And I was like, well, I suppose I could show up if you're running low on voices. And then instead of being low on voices, everybody showed up.
And Teflon
So
shows
here we
up
are.
with 15 voices of his own. So
Teflon brings it right. So Teflon shows up
Yeah.
and 2x is the amount of voices that were previously there.
Or I could do more if you want.
Personalities, too.
no.
We're good, Tef. We're good for now.
We're good. We are here, and there's not much. Basically, what's going to happen on this? We're just going to chit chat, and there's a squad update, and that's probably about it because there's really not much going on in as far as any kind of news related stuff going on in the game. I personally am finding my way out to mining night. Not that I'm going to mine, but they're mining in a hazrez tonight, and so I thought I'd just turn up and shoot bounties.
Yeah, apparently
Yeah,
in
if I
human
can find 'em.
resources, 8671.
So I don't know if one of the squad people wants to drive tonight, but that might be appropriate.
Because you're
Happily hand over the
actually
wheel.
driving.
Because I might actually be, well, in a little while. My carrier is going to jump in a couple of minutes here, but I also just don't have any idea what's going on.
They're mining more than a carrier jump away?
No.
For me, 580.
Oh, well, I don't know where the hell you are. How am I supposed to-
580.
I don't keep track of your carrier.
Yeah, that sounds like a chick problem.
Well,
It's a very
that's
chig problem.
Yeah.
better than
yeah.
a chick problem, I suppose. Jesus.
Ah.
Is that what Bork is dealing with these days? I don't know. We're just throwing random shit out
Don't go there. Yeah, don't go there.
All right, let's jump here.
So,
All right,
yeah, what do you, take it away, by all means.
We are here.
Oh my God.
We are Teflon.
Somebody mute him. Okay. It is episode number 215 of the Loose Screws podcast. This is January 1st of 2024.
It's 3310.
Damn, he got it right.
Yeah.
I
I
was
knew he was gonna
expecting
get it.
3010.
I was expecting him to repulsively say 33 or compulsively say 3309.
You know, I do read the Discord. I may not always show up, but I'm always watching.
Teflon sees all.
Mood.
All right. So
The Teflon sees all.
Oh, it's so
it is
loud.
going to be one of those nights. All right. So tonight we have, let's see, long list. We have Commander Lark Shadow.
What up?
We have Commander Chig.
What the fuck was that?
How is Teflon here? And that was the weird noise.
I know, right?
Oh, we're not to him yet. Don't worry. We have Jay and Trax.
Greetings.
We have
And
the
salutations.
long time no see NL Hate.
Greetings and salutations.
Backed
We
by
have-
popular demand.
Backed by popular demand.
I feel
We
this.
have Teflon. Not necessarily by popular demand.
We
Unpopular
are
demand.
Legion.
Good lord.
I'm expecting someone to
Oh,
be
God.
listening to this in their car and the speakers just blow up when he does that.
Oh no, I auto volume everybody. He'll be
Yeah,
kept he'll be kept within I don't keep everything
Auto-volume him to
in
mute.
We thank you for your service.
Yeah, that's the advantages of having an actual sound engineer.
podcasts I mix go out meeting their loudness targets with no overs. Thank you very much.
Doors.
As
blowing
long as
off.
the effect still works, it's all good. And
And anyway, and I am Commander Nurgle. So we have a full crazy house tonight.
And we're all a little holidayed out, it seems.
Yep, and of course we didn't have a podcast last week because it was Christmas. We are having one tonight because it's just that throwaway holiday. It's the day after New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So let's see where
When
do we
you-
want to start.
well,
Hate
when you get
hasn't
to
been
me, I have some fun stuff to talk about.
Oh Lord.
Oh God.
Oh lord.
So Hate hadn't been here in a while. Let's start off with Hate and catch up.
Boy, there has been so much going on. I've moved twice. I'm
Oh
now
my,
a licensed- I'm now a licensed gamer in Indiana.
What?
Wait. That's got to come with some explanation.
Yeah,
we're
you
not
gotta,
gonna
you
gloss
can't. We're
over
not
that.
gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna just stroll past that. You got to fucking explain that.
So, in order to work in a gambling house and be responsible for the money and the gambling tools, cards is what I deal, you need to be licensed by the state in order to deal the cards.
Oh, you have a gaming license.
That
That's
makes
not,
perfect sense.
Yeah, that's not what you said.
That's really kind of different.
Yeah, that's
But-
a lot different.
But go on.
Yes,
Uh,
but now I want to hear the rest of this because I used to work in.
Man,
Oh,
you're
that's
like
right.
the third person in this Discord to say that you used to work in a casino.
Really?
Yeah.
It's almost
I
like
feel-
humans like to gamble.
You know, I
I know,
feel
it's
like I
weird.
was the first one in this Discord who said they worked at a casino.
You'd be surprised.
Anyway, continue. This is not about me. This is about you.
But yeah, I'm making not quite as good of money as Chig is at a new job. But it's more money than I've ever made, and I've done
Nice.
a lot of jobs.
Well, you're dealing,
We-
right?
we're
You're,
aware.
Yeah.
you're a dealer, right? Well, I mean, card dealer. Okay,
Make more money.
dealing cards, FBI. Okay, dealing cards.
License.
But you're a dealer at the tables, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they make good money.
More money than my boss and their boss and their boss. And the person
Yeah.
above them, it depends on how the tip rate is. whether
Yeah,
they
I
give
just
more
worked
money
in
than them or not.
security. We didn't get paid shit.
But my base rate is double what a waitress's base rate would be in our area.
Dang.
Nice. I'm glad they're paid. I'm glad you're getting paid, man. You deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you're enjoying the job.
And I'm on the house hunt right now, which is just awful. And Chig's wife really needs to hear that it's just awful, and they need to not be doing that while they have somewhere to live.
Yeah. No, I'm aware. We've still been looking, and hunting sucks giant things.
It is awful. Yes.
But where interest
Especially-
rates are right now sucks too. So we have no intention of moving yet.
Just imagine doing it in a state you don't live in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the plan is to get like a really crappy interest rate on a loan and then just refinance next year. Because my wife is making even more money than I do still.
Dang.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
good for you guys.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Turn it
I'm
around,
so
dude.
excited.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And all that good news has some bad news too. I'm spending $120 a week in fuel.
Oof.
Damn.
Which is outrageous. So, if anybody knows where I could get a really cheap auto loan, hit me up.
It's actually cheaper to buy new now than it is to buy used. You can actually
I know.
you can actually get some decent interest rates.
I'm perusing in the background, and I'm seeing some manufacturer interest rates below 5%.
Yeah.
Asterisk with my credit score.
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah. And I have a terrible 2-year-old and a fun story to tell about her.
Go right ahead.
Well, we
Yeah.
love kid stories around here, man.
Please go ahead.
So, having a good friend is like peeing your pants. You get to feel how warm it is, and no one else can. My daughter's decided that she doesn't want to feel warm anymore, so whenever she makes a wet diaper, she will take it off. She's also figured out she won't remain damp if she takes the diaper off first.
Oh,
so
nice.
I keep finding dry diapers on the floor next to puddles. For people that don't have children, that means she's ready for potty training.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say, it sounds like she's
It
ready.
means you're late, dude.
Yeah.
Hey man, there's been a lot going on in my house.
Unbelievable.
I've moved twice in 2 months.
Twice in 2 months.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
a
God.
lot.
That sounds like absolute hell.
Yeah.
Because I hate moving.
Yes.
Same.
And I'm looking for somewhere else to move. But that's still 3 or 4 months away.
Preferably somewhere that cuts down on that gas bill.
No, I need to buy something else because if I drive my wife's car, it's like $50 a week. If I drive something smaller and more fuel efficient than her full-sized SUV,
Yeah.
I could be spending even less in fuel. The car
Now
I'm looking
might not.
at, the car I'm looking at, I will spend less on an auto loan than I do in fuel.
Yeah.
So much less that I will also be able to pay for fuel.
Yeah.
So might not be the best time to point this out, but I have a 2018 Kia Rio Hate, and I get 45 miles a gallon. So
Right. But I just don't trust anything made in Korea, automobile-wise.
fair. That's honestly a fair point. So I mean,
I will say, Kia Motors has made excellent strides forward in their quality in the last few years. It's not like in 2007 when the engine could lock up and you could take it to the dealer and they'd replace the engine with one that locked up on the way home.
I'm just going to say, if we start talking about car stuff, my eyes are going to roll back in the back of my head.
All right. Who's
so that's
I'll
how you
stay
do
quiet.
it.
Let's go to Lark next then.
Either that tracks, or I'll get bored and start playing with my soundboard.
I think we're being threatened.
Take your chances.
sounded like a threat to me.
Yeah, I'm going to play Solaris.
Are we going to
So,
Are we
Lark?
going to test?
All right,
We're going
kicking
with
it over
Lark.
to Lark. Kicking it over to Lark. Yeah.
So it has just been a crazy couple of weeks for me too. Going up to Christmas, it was just insane because all of our clients are just trying to squeeze everything they can in before Christmas because they're probably taking the next month off for all I know. And then after the week of Christmas, I was there solo that week, so it remained crazy for me, not because there was a lot to do, but because there's a lot for one person.
Yeah.
And then we get to this weekend. I'm just tired. Didn't really sleep well last night, even though I was in bed at like 10, because all of our neighbors, bless their souls, just love New Year's and fireworks galore. And they were having themselves a grand old time, and I don't blame them for it, but I'm just tired because of it,
Yeah.
And I've
Yeah.
played no Elite and all there because I've just been too busy.
That's probably going to be a theme tonight.
Probably, but I'll start the trend at least. I'll take the fall on that one.
All right. How about we go to Chig then?
Yeah, busy holidays. Not playing much Elite. Gonna try to do this mining thing tonight a little bit. Yeah, that's all I got.
Bull crap, Chig.
I feel like Chig doesn't want to be.
No, it's good. as
Short and
Trax
sweet.
pointed out, there are a lot of voices here, so I want to move things along because
We
Teflon
missed
apparently
you.
had stories, and Nurgle, he's just so old and talks slow that we know he'll have stories. So I'm just moving it along to the people who have good stories. Mine are
On
boring.
his behalf. Thanks, man.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Thanks. Thanks, man. All right.
Yeah, we need to
So,
make that a sound effect. Thanks,
Thanks,
man.
man.
all right.
Okay.
So just make sure you get the one from Chandler. How about you, Trax?
How about me? Yeah, a lot of the same, just, holiday stuff. Our holidays got a little bit screwed up because my dad got COVID, and so
Oh,
they
man.
were not able to make it in person, and he wasn't sick for very long, just a few days. Like, he got it pretty light, but the tests are still all coming back positive even now, unfortunately, which is the same sort of shit that happened to me too, where it's like, I don't know, it's like, we're not really sure that you wouldn't be shedding virus even if you're not sick from it, kind of shit, after like 5 days. So we had to do, even though they live like not far, like 20 minutes away, we had to do kind of a FaceTime Christmas kind of deal. But
Hey, I know
you know.
how that is, man.
Yeah.
I lived halfway across the country from all of our family for, a good 5 years, so I get it.
Yeah, it's like we did that for a while, and then they moved here, and then it was like, and anyway, we're all right. Everybody's fine. He's gonna be fine in a few days, or he's already fine, but he's gonna be better in a few days.
Well, that's good. At least he's
Yeah.
recovering well from it.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody's good. We took, after Christmas, we took a little trip. With my mother-in-law, went up to Columbus, where there's some things to do. Basically, it was a lot of it kind of for my daughter. There's an American Girl doll store there, which are these dolls. I don't know if anybody, if you know what this is, then you know what it is. But it's
I know
these
what it
dolls
is. This is gonna be
that have
fun
existed for
Yeah.
like 100 years. And anyway, the other thing, my daughter has 2 of them that belonged to my wife when she was a kid. They're like,
Yep.
As
a
they're
daughter
like
that has-
30 years old.
As someone with a daughter who has the ones her mom had as a kid as well,
Yeah.
I am woefully aware.
Yeah, so she enjoyed it. She had some things. She had them got their hair done and stuff like that. Also, in that little area where that is, there's a like Legoland place. It's like a Lego store, but it also has sort of this little smallish theme park kind of deal going on in it. And so we got to go in there and hang out, which was cool. There's some little rides and Lego themed stuff that I got to do with her, which she thought was very fun. And yeah, and then we came back. Not done any Elite. I'm playing Elite right now. Shoot, I'm trying to follow these guys into where they're mining. But that's basically the story. I have an 8-year-old. Christmas is about the kids at this point. So
Yeah.
Nice.
I remember those days.
yeah, but she was, you know what? She's hit an age where she has these fabulous reactions to getting gifts that are honest surprises, Oh my God, that's awesome. Like fists in the air sort of shit, So it was fun. That's really fun. Yeah, that's
that
me.
is fun. Cool. All right. I'll save Teflon for last. I'll go ahead and handle me. I actually took off all of the time from the Friday before Thanksgiving. Jeez. From the Friday before Christmas until I go back tomorrow. So I've had 10 or so days off. And the best part about that is, of course, the guys that are on my crew have my phone number, not my work phone number. So, the work phone got put on a charger, stuck in a drawer, and I'm not messing with it for 2 weeks. And I got exactly one phone call from my crew over all that time. And it was one of them telling me, hey, some doofus backed the truck into a telephone pole. I'm taking him for a drug screen. And which is what he's supposed to do. And he really didn't even need to tell me that because he had it covered. So I I pulled the work phone out of the drawer this morning, and there's 182 messages and emails on it, and I don't care. I don't care. It's if they can't survive with me on vacation, there's a much bigger problem here. So I don't care. But Christmas was good. We had family over, and I believe I mentioned it on one of the channels in the Discord. I don't remember which, but I have the greatest son in the world because for Christmas he got me a bottle of Buffalo Trace bourbon.
Nice.
Which is if you like bourbon, is some really good stuff. And I live in the back-assward country of Alabama, and Alabama has deemed Buffalo Trace a, quote, select whiskey, meaning...
I thought that was all of Alabama.
That is all of Alabama. So but when they call something a select whiskey, you're not allowed to stock it on shelves. Only the Alabama state stores will occasionally get like 2 bottles of this stuff in, and you never know when they're going to get it. And actually, I was talking to him after he gave it to me, and he said, "Yeah, if you want this stuff shipped into Alabama from out of state, the fees are more than the bottle of whiskey." So like the fifth of whiskey is like $37. It cost $50 to bring it into the state, plus whatever shipping it is. So he actually drove to New Orleans and got it. It was cheaper for him to drive 2 states away and buy a bottle of whiskey than it was to buy it in the state. But so he gets the award as Son of the Year for really going all out on that Christmas gift. That was I loved it. It was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean he's a number one child, at least until he screws up. Even then, he's got some brownie points in the bank. So, you are
first in the will.
Yeah, for now. That assumes there's anything in the will, but hey. But since I had this week off, I've actually been playing a lot of Elite. I'm probably more than I have played in a considerable time, and been doing a lot of BGS stuff and goofing off, and we'll talk about it in the squad update later. Blooming Wind and I have kind of worked out a plan for where we go from here. So yeah, I was actually able to spend a lot of time playing and enjoyed myself doing it too. So
sweet.
Yeah, well, like I said, most I've played in quite some time. So all right, Teflon, you're up, man. I hear you got stories.
Oh fuck, man, where to begin? First of all, so before Christmas, couple weeks before Christmas, I was talking to my wife in the bathroom, and I took a step over near where the shower is, and I fell through the floor. Oops.
Well, that's not what you want.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
So we had to tear up that section of floor, and lo and behold, when we tear up that section of floor, we need to tear up more section of floor. So we cleared everything out of the bathroom. My dad makes a special trip over for me and him, go in there and tear out the floor, and then put in another sheet of plywood. And then the next day we ended up redoing the entire floor, and we used this as an excuse to just go ahead and do a big remodel on the bathroom. So we, along with throwing out the old floor, we also threw out the old cabinet we had in there, and the old sink. And we went ahead and painted the hunter green, right? And I discussed this on the podcast before that I was going to do this. We did a whole jungle theme. Now I was going to do jungle with dinosaurs and do kind of like a Jurassic Park theme. But my wife found this new bathroom sink that she really wanted, and it's got like this old Victorian look that where instead of like a sink, it's got like a wash basin. That's actually it is a sink, but it looks like a wash basin sitting on top of a cupboard.
Yeah, and that's a style. Yeah,
and it looks great. So we went instead from jungle dinosaurs to kind of like Victorian era jungle, sort of like you would see in Tarzan. So we got some
Okay.
old timey kind of like bathroom type stuff to put in there, like a new set of cabinets that fit that style, and some new. We got a new kind of hanging shelf that looks like a ladder, where you hang towels from and things, and put that in there. We painted it all green. The new floor is like it's got different shades of wood. It looks really awesome. I'm gonna have to show you guys pictures. We're starting to decorate it now. So we got jungle light covers, and I'm putting in vines and ferns hanging from the ceiling and the top of the wall.
Oh God.
And I have a crocodile bath mat for the shower now. We put in all new floor though, that it's all waterproof flooring and things like that. It looks great. It works great. This whole thing was a fucking nightmare.
Oh, I bet.
And but yeah, so that was the first thing. And then speaking of COVID, so we live right next door to my in-laws, right? And they have their kids that they adopted, and they're all special needs, and our two kids are special needs. Not to mention they now have my niece. So for Christmas, we were planning on having, we had a Christmas Eve party that was all Dr. Seuss themed, where like Sarah was running the quote unquote bar, but it was like kid friendly drinks. There was no alcohol. And I was running the Whoville diner, and so I was making all these little like small little pizzas, and we had a big menu where they could come up to the bar and order, and I would make them food right there on the spot, and I'd yell order up when their thing was ready, and the kids really enjoyed that. And Sarah dressed up as Max the dog for the party. It was really funny.
Nice.
I'll have to show you guys pictures, because she even ordered one of the, how in the Grinch movie, how he ties the one antler to the top of the dog's head.
Yeah.
She got one of those she got one of those to have on her head. It was great.
That is good.
But yeah, so we had a great time at our Christmas Eve party, and the plan for Christmas Day was, kids get up early and want to open presents. That's fine. So once both houses were up, we were going to have a big Christmas breakfast like we do. And then we were going to, then have a big Christmas breakfast, and then go back to, your own houses to chill, doze, play around, set up new electronics.
Sleep it off. Yeah.
Yeah. And then come back around for dinner. We all ended up with COVID.
No.
Oh.
It went through every one of us, and I'm the last one to recover. I just got over it like at the end of last week.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
It sucks.
So we never did have like our big Christmas breakfast. We actually had the Christmas dinner we were going to have for New Year's Eve last night.
Yeah.
But we all had COVID for Christmas. But
Damn.
what's neat is like me and Sarah both got books for Christmas, and I got a drone.
Nice.
She got one of those limited edition style of Stanley cups that a bunch of wives are obsessed with right now.
I am thankfully unfamiliar with those.
It's okay. I mean, it'll probably get around there.
Yeah.
It is very nice. I really like one. I'm going to get one.
I actually got a starter drone and a starter RC plane for my wife for Christmas, and she has successfully tricked me into having an outdoor hobby.
Yeah, that's what mine is. Mine is a starter drone.
Yep, right there with you, man.
I have flown it. I flew it and crashed it the first time I flew.
Same.
What everybody
I've flown it
does.
right into the wall and ceiling.
I knew I was going to. I crashed mine into a flagpole.
Nice.
But it didn't get hurt or nothing, and it's a nice starter drone. David got a Meta Quest 2, and I have played around with it, and I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
I was like, but I can only handle this for like 20 or 30 minutes at a time.
Yeah, you got to work up to it. Yeah.
And then I'm done. But it is pretty cool. I even went on the web browser on there and was watching New Japan Pro Wrestling in VR. I was like, what's it like?
on the butts.
What's it like? It's just like watching it on a TV, except I have a thing on my face and I can't see anything around the TV. What it's
and
like.
The TV is probably like 80 inches wide.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big TV, so that's nice. But yeah, that's how our Christmas break went. Emily got a bunch of stuff too. She got her own computer and printer, which I set up. She's got one of those all-in-one computers.
Yeah.
And so she was going to have a lot of fun on that, I'm sure. Google searching and printing, and we put her on her ink subscription. So fun times. I mean, they got more stuff than that, but those were their big presents.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been up to. I actually have plans to play Elite because I just had a thing that I became interested in doing. Like the other day, I just have to get on and jump my carrier back to the bubble.
How far out are you?
I'm not that far out.
Okay.
I'm in between the bubble. I'm somewhere in between the bubble and Daxie's Folly.
Yeah, I figured you stopped halfway back or something.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Daxie's Folly. That was fun times.
Memories.
I wonder what's going on out there now.
I don't know. I could turn around and tell you, but I'm not going to do that.
Nah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I want to come in and I'm gonna. I'm really interested in like some. I keep talking about how hard it is to motivate myself to play the game because I'm so tired at the end of the day. Well, something I'm going to try doing, just because I want to fly a spaceship, but I don't want to do like a whole lot of action. I'm going to try running some like trade routes or doing trade runs and see how I like doing some space trucking.
Man, if only there was like a background simulation that needed like some space truckers or something.
I know. It's just too bad.
Well, I was going to check in with you guys when I got back before I started trucking.
There totally is.
If only it was all posted in one place where you knew where to go. It could be like a standing something kind of thing.
If you keep talking shit, I'm just not going to do it.
That's okay. You're giving me a good segue to the squad update.
We exist to serve.
Oh, for everyone at home, that is remember when I had eardrums loud.
Why don't you turn down his volume? I don't understand. Was it coming through super loud for you when he does that?
Yes.
Huh.
Time to turn him down. There we go. Turn him down almost to mute levels.
But anyway, since the last time I was on the podcast, I forgot to do it. I need to do the thing for Daxius.
Stay fresh cheese bags.
Hey, fresh cheese.
Nice.
Nice. Yes.
Okay. So now you can move on. That's all I got. You know, that's crazy holiday stuff.
Trax, play the squad update sound.
You got it. As I'm currently under attack by like everybody that's supposed to be on our team because McGeek had crimes on. Shame on you. All right. Anyway, here we go.
McGeek. So, how about we do a squad update? Bang! Squadron update.
It never gets old.
I forgot about that one.
I got him.
I did too. For a minute there, I thought it was actually Chig until I realized what he was playing.
Yeah, it was actually for me Chig. Too. It got me.
Yeah, but it wasn't live Chig.
It wasn't Chig doing it live.
It was canned Chig.
The best kind of Chig.
Which is not quite as fresh.
And if you
is
don't
that the
like
best kind of Chig?
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's a me. It's a chig.
Oh,
I
God.
prefer a chig aged a couple of days in the refrigerator. Maybe just almost bad.
No.
I prefer
Okay.
my chig
got
at room
weird.
temperature. Maybe a little melty.
Got weird? Got?
It's, yeah.
Oh, we've been in weird for a while. So we currently have 2 wars going on, one in Xians and one in Tripu. Both of those are need to win. We are currently, I didn't write it down. I know we're up 2-0 in one of them. I think we're 1-1 in the other. That's the only conflicts we have going on at the moment, thankfully. We've got some minor overheating in 4 or 5 systems. It's just a little bit. All of that is in the standing orders if you want to go see the specifics of where. We also have 4 or 5 systems where we're trying to raise our influence. Again, all of that is in the standing orders, along with how much we need to close the gap. We did just expand into LTT 10482, which I know is just such a memorable name. No one will ever forget it. And we've arrived at like 9%, and we're going to go ahead and push to try to take over that system. So if you feel the need to go over there and do an awful lot of work for us, you can pile on as much as you want there. We're trying to rise to the top and take over. And also, as I think as we've already mentioned, tonight is mining night. By the time this gets published, mining night will be over. But they are mining tonight in HR 8671 Body 1, which is a platinum site, and it's in a hazrez, so they're doing hazrez mining tonight. And,
Hence why I'm here in an FDL.
Right. And Volt has been really good about keeping those set up as events, so you can come and you can look at the events at the top of the Discord to try to see what's going on. He has this one and the next one already posted. He's trying to stay one ahead, so if you're interested in mining night, you can always hook up with those guys and go and do that while we record a podcast. And if you want more information on the BGS stuff and the specifics of what you can do to help out, Blooming Wind maintains the excellent standing orders post in the loose screws standing orders section of the Discord. So
Easy
can
for
go
you
there
to say.
It is easy for me to say, and if I say it fast, I'll get it wrong. So you can go over there and check out what's going on. There's also a Loose Screws faction channel. If you have any questions, you can post them there. One of us BGS geeks can answer them there. So that's what's going on with the squad. All right.
Yeehaw!
Moving on. We don't have any exploration report. There is no dev news. They're all still out. And so under the discussion, the only thing that I had thought that we might want to cover is the 2 recent bits of news that came out this week about Rexla discovered and Thargoids in Shendez.
Yeah,
both
great.
of which are hacks. The Rexla discovered was a hack on not on live. It was on Legacy. Somebody figured out how to hack and send system messages.
Yeah, they hacked the messages to look a different color, which
Yeah.
I guess for some reason made people think that made it legit.
I know,
Because
for me,
it's
that
a
was the
different
first-
color. Why would the messages being a different color make it legit?
I know, that was the first tip off to me. It's like, wait a minute, that doesn't look like a normal message.
Yeah.
But so, some script kiddies apparently figured out how to hack Legacy and do that and thought that was
What was
funny.
the message?
It
That
said
Rexla
like
discovered.
Rexla signal detected like in your messages but it was like a different like size and a different color than regular
Yeah.
messages. Like the way messages never appear in the game, so it's just so silly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't see that one, but I did see one called that was Happy Holidays on Reddit that somebody posted, and so that immediately makes
It's
me
a
think,
giveaway.
oh yeah, somebody definitely hacked that because somebody hacked that. Like,
Right.
And of
For
course,
the love of Pete.
the other one was everybody's favorite hackers masquerading as Thargoids and blowing everybody up, and they were doing it in
Yep.
Shendez. Now that was on live, but was it last year or was it the year before when they really cracked down on some of those script kiddies doing that and banned a lot of people?
It's hard to remember exactly what year it was.
Yeah.
Honestly. I lose track of it. This is like what the conversation was like on Lave. It was like, wait, well, okay, so was that in this year or was that a different year? But there was sort of this wave of hackers, specifically flying Thargoid ships, but it was not right. They're hacked Thargoid ships that can like fire their lightning backwards and never slow down and have no restrictions and stuff like that. So that's one of the things that made it clear at the time. I remember I got shot down by a Thargoid Hydra, which is like, I'm not saying that a Hydra isn't a dangerous monster, but it was like this particular one, it was doing things you couldn't do.
Yeah, you've killed enough of them to know.
I have slain the mighty Hydra, and this was a special Hydra.
This was not acting like any other Hydra.
Not helmet wearing special. We're talking.
I was gonna say.
It was right. It was like repeatedly firing its lightning anytime it wanted to, and then once I got killed, then you look back at the message and said I was killed by Commander so and so. It's like, oh,
right.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I've been killed by a couple. One of those hydras a couple.
Yeah,
that's. You would think that they would figure out where these breaches are coming from and kind of lock that shit down. But hey,
well, it's an arms
it's coming
race,
from
isn't it?
basements. It's not that hard.
You just block all basements. This kid's got it.
For the week.
Well, that problem's been solved. Moving on.
Just brick them up with the person in there.
Yeah, that's what needs to happen.
Eventually, a system chat will say, "I have Raxla. Please send help."
I'm gonna be really disappointed if that's how we discover Raxlas. It's just a message in the thing that says Raxla signal detected.
Yeah, prepare for disappointment then, because that's how it's going to happen.
Ever.
That's exactly how it's going to happen.
Neon signs intensify.
I mean, these guys, they've shown an alarming lack of creativity when it comes to stuff like that. So yeah, it's going
to be one of those tourist beacons over a planet that you can barely see something on there, but you can't land on.
Yep.
Yeah.
No. You guys.
I also want to
don't
point out
understand
that telegrams
The
are
joke.
too.
The joke about Raxla is the friends we made along the way. That is actually it, but FDev is just too afraid to admit it.
I want to point out that when FDev does telegraph stuff, telegraph is far too quick. It's actually sent Western Union by donkey.
Western Union donkeys.
Not even Pony. Not even Pony Express.
Donkey
slowboat. Donkey slowboat. That's not.
Oh goodness!
All right, so that's everything that has gone on in the world of Elite Dangerous since the week before Christmas, because there's really been nothing that has happened.
Has there been any Galnets or anything? I've been away.
I think there was a Thargoid War update that came out.
Oh, great!
And I'm not even sure about that.
I mean,
extended quarantine for Thargoid abductees.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought they were getting released by somebody the last time.
The Alliance is releasing them into the general population. The Federation is not, and RIP Alliance.
No. Well, we'll see. Well, plus they did make some kind of background change after the Titan Tyrannus was isolated. There was a background change that increased the progress rate of all Titans' ability to create alert systems. So we're starting to get invasions now again. They're starting to happen at a rate that we can't just mercilessly beat back every single time. So,
that's nice.
there are stations and stuff are stations under attack and stuff like that are becoming available on a pretty regular basis.
Are you telling me that Friday night needs to be Thargoid night?
Hey,
we could bring it back.
Thursdays.
We could do Thursdays, or we could do Thargoids on Friday night. Either way. Find a nice planetary base, kill some Thargoids, watch them thud into
I
the
could
surface.
just call it up right now. What is the Thargoid.watch? No, wait, DC...
DCOH.
DCOH.watch. That's what it is. So let's see. Invasions. There are currently there are 4 that are complete and will enter. It's refreshing in my face. 4 that are complete and will enter recovery in 2 days, and there are 3 actives. And one of them has an under attacked station. And it appears to be a ground port.
Hey.
Or no, maybe not. I'm not sure what these icons mean. Anyway, there's an attacked station, and then the other 2 have damaged stations. Although the ones that are clear already are still marked as having under attacked stations. But I think the Thargoids are supposed to leave immediately now, so I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so that's happening, and it seems to be continuing. They're making it through the alert phase to becoming invasions now, at least a handful. So, little by little, content. This is a pretty good level, right? Just a little bit of combat content if you wanted it.
Yeah. Now, if only the combat counted more than taking samples.
Yeah, right. They don't seem to be fixing the disease, so they're just sort of band-aiding the symptoms. But yeah.
All right. Is there anything else we want to cover in discussion before we get to start doing the end of the show stuff? All right.
Nothing but me.
I'm going to take that as
isn't there more electronic warfare in Elite Dangerous?
Don't even. Don't even. Don't even.
What can we do to make this more like EVE Online?
Oh no!
I rescind my previous statement because that's
that's not cool.
I'll add this at the risk of sounding like I'm being self-promoting. There was a end of the last Lave radio episode of the year was broadcast back on the 19th, and they invited a bunch of guests, including me, and it was a really, really great conversation. Wotherspoon and oh my god, now that I put myself on the spot, I'm gonna forget like everybody who was there, but just lots of somebody from the guard frequency came, and Ascorbius was there, Wotherspoon and Beetlejude. Who else? I mean, the usual Lave people as well. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but anyway, really cool conversation just about the years past, and thoughts about the future, and nobody's white knighting for this game, but it's a complicated set of feelings, and it's not all doom and gloom, and there's a lot of fun to be had. And so anyways, it was really fun. And in case anybody out there is not a regular listener to Lave Radio, you should check out that episode at least, I think, because I think it was really, really cool discussion.
I'm still
No
working
one's
my
gonna
way
do
through
a-
that episode. It is good though.
No one's going to do a podcast about a game they don't like.
Exactly.
Yeah. And enough of those crew too are like coder type folk that I specifically wanted to talk to them some about that. And I actually, now that I'm thinking of it, I can't remember how much of it ended up like kind of in the post show that there was still sort of an audience of, because they do it in a stage channel. But some of it's definitely in the show, and it was sort of cool to talk about possible future changes to the game and what might happen based on what Frontier's done in the recent past and stuff like that. So
cool.
I'm slightly less I'm slightly more hopeful that they might actually make the sort of change that we all seem to agree is needed. It's not, by no means guaranteed, but I thought it was impossible, and now I don't think it's strictly impossible. To put it that way.
From a technical standpoint, or from a they have the will to do this standpoint?
Both, interestingly. Because I technically nothing's impossible.
Yeah.
But I thought the will made it impossible, and they made me feel like it's maybe not completely impossible that they would have the will to do it, and technically easier than I kind of assumed it was. They felt like it wasn't quite as difficult as I was assuming it would be. And I guess the thing in question, to put simply, would be like totally changing game engines to like Unreal 5, for example. Still kind of don't think it's likely to happen, but
That's not a small undertaking.
No, but and doing so without eliminating what they've built, like being able to carry characters over and essentially have the same more or less galaxy data and player data, which I kind of would have, in a vacuum, I would have said that's nonsense.
Yeah, exactly.
They all were like, well, no, I mean,
That's
it's all
the easy
database.
part.
They can interface their database with whatever engine they want.
Right.
And no, it wouldn't be
that's-
easy. And you'd be talking about, all dev resources disappear for like 3 to 5 years.
Right. But
And essentially you're coming out with a new game, but a lot of people
I'm for it.
a lot of people would prefer a new game that could carry over their player data. I kind of feel like I don't really care one way or the other, but I think that
Same.
makes it a lot different. If they are able to do that, it makes it sort of significantly more viable, because there's no reason this game can't sit here and be in sort of some sort of stasis for a number of years while they work on something like that. But I don't know if they will, but it's possible. They did publish a game that was in Unreal 5 and not Cobra, so there are other reasons for that. But anyway, so more on that from people who are more expert in it over on that latest Lave Radio episode.
I'm going to say, expert or not, I can give you some woefully uninformed opinions on it.
Mood.
Great, man.
Copying
Perfect.
the data, yeah. Reusing the existing database is the comparatively easy part. It's rewriting all of the functional game code in a different engine that would be the difficult part.
But the idea is those newer modern game engines make many of the things, they make many things easier than they are in other things. And the conceit of it, the thing that makes it sort of necessary, I was told, is that especially because their Frontier as a company is bleeding people now because of the money troubles, nobody is trained in the Cobra engine. There is no knowledge base out there in the world of game developers that know about Cobra who don't already work for Frontier.
Yeah,
so what's
all
happening
in-house.
is the number of people who know about it are shrinking, and the number of people who know about Unreal Engine is just everywhere. So if they start working in that, then they have access to whatever they want. And there's many modern appointments about that engine that make things easier, like just auto LODs for one thing. Makes VR super easy, comparatively super easy. You don't have to hard code all your LODs. Anyway, blah, blah, blah.
Well, I would love to see it. I don't think they have. I don't think that they have the willpower to do it. But I hope I'm wrong.
I don't know if the company's move right now is to just move, let all these other bad investments run their course and fall back onto their core thing, and this is one of their core things. Switch everything into printing new cosmetics so the Arc store stays healthy, and let people play.
Is there another core thing?
Planet Coaster.
It's the creative management sims are their bread and butter, along with Elite. Yeah, as stated in their financial plans documents that were released.
And every time they've tried to go away from that, they've taken a bath.
Yeah. So I know they don't have money to throw a bunch of dev stuff in, dev time in right now, but if you just sit on it until you can do something right with it, or I don't know, whatever, just keep the Arc store healthy. And currently it is one of their, Elite is one of their profitable things. It's not like huge, but it is profitable. Yeah, so just keep the Arc store healthy, keep the game here. It's a sandbox, so people will make their own fun in it. And you can work on whatever it's going to move to in the background, whether it's another game or not, for a few years. That'd be great. I'm in favor of it.
Yeah, I would love to see it. All right, so let's move on to Chig Chat.
That's a fact.
I can play a sound for that shit.
Hey y'all, it's Chig Chat. Oh, we're gonna get our Chig chat up off in here. I tell you what, boy, it's gonna be time. Oh, I tell you what, this Chig Chit-chat? Where the cheese at?
Never
Good
gets old.
Lord.
Not
Never
even.
gets old. So the only thing that I know that we need to celebrate this week is we need to congratulate Jay and Trax on making Triple Elite for New Year's.
Good job, buddy.
So,
Oh, you got
came
it
in,
for New Year's. Nice.
Yep. Made it by the end of the year.
You did it.
Finally did it.
Real quick aside,
Congratulations!
because I'm out here doing combat, that a pair of size 3 overcharged cannons just vaporize anything that's a small ship in one volley, and it's hysterical still. Just out here one-shotting pirates for the BGS.
Hold on. I think we also have to congratulate Borkbits. He hit the 500,000 light year club, I guess. On
Oh, did he?
dang.
SM. So,
With
yeah, half a
just
million
his
light years.
value.
Hey,
Boy's
boy.
been around.
Congratulations!
That's damn, that's impressive.
Them's
Right?
rookie numbers. He's got a pump. He's got to pump
Isn't
those
that
up.
isn't that what you have to do to unlock an engineer? Is that what we're talking about?
5,000.
No.
He went 500,000.
Oh, I think Discord stuttered on my end, and I thought I heard you say 5,000. I was like, "There's no way he hasn't been 5,000 light years." But
500,000. Yeah, no.
oh,
Yeah, big,
Oh,
500,000.
good lord!
big difference.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, hi.
See now after the show's over, I'm going to go over to Inara and look and see how not close to that I am.
Right?
Yeah, wow.
Because that's whew. He
Yeah,
he plays a lot and he travels a lot and he'll go anywhere to help anybody anytime.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
So when he was talking about before the show tonight, he was talking about ferrying some tritium out to somebody. So
You
He went and when they first did that station at the top of the galaxy.
Rackham's Peak.
Yeah, I rode on his. It was before I had my own carrier. I rode on his carrier there.
Yeah, you can check
I
the
need to make that
codex
trip.
in game to find it pretty quick. It's just in your stats in the exploration section.
yeah, well that would have assumed that I was logged into the game right now and I'm not.
I
When
rode up
things
there,
calm down
and then
a little
I.
bit, we should plan a Distance Cruise 3 with the intention of visiting places like Rackham's Peak and stuff like that.
No,
Distance
like-
Cruise 3 is not that Distance Cruise 3.
A Distance Cruise 3, our neighbor's backyard.
Yeah. Well, if you want to set that up, you go right ahead.
That's like saying like, you know, just because like I haven't done well with weight loss, like that means it's an anti-kidnapping precaution.
I'm just making myself difficult to move.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Still kind of close, probably.
Oh, my
You're not
God.
that far away.
God, I'm at 177,000 light years. That's closer than I thought I was going to be.
Oh, should I check mine?
Wonder if I
What is
can
it, the
check that in
codex?
game.
Yeah, well,
Let me see.
If you
Yeah.
want,
Codex.
Codex, player
I checked it.
stats. What would I look for? Exploration.
Exploration, yep. It's about halfway down the left column there.
Distance travel. No, SRV. Hyperspace distance 373,805. So
Ooh,
almost
Total hyperspace.
374,000.
I'm at
Nice.
383.
Total hyperspace distance for me, 444,393.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys don't want to know mine.
I didn't have a fleet carrier.
You're
so
like, we
recently.
don't.
I
Moving
just
on.
traveled everywhere.
I made 8.2 billion in profit from exploration, though. No, 8.489 billion in profits from exploration.
Yeah, now you're just showing off.
Yeah.
Mister
All right.
over there. Oh, I'm
Usually
going to
am.
take the long way back with Dubs, and no one's going to see us for a few months and wonder if we're even alive.
That wasn't me. That was Teflon and Christ, Roy
Oh,
Cookson
that's
back
right.
in the day,
Yeah, my
wasn't
bad.
it?
Yeah. And I think Data
Oh
too.
no, I'm not getting lost out in space with Dubs ever. That does not sound like a good time.
No, that is not a recipe for success.
Hey,
Yeah, I
that
think- I
disparages
wanna
the
say-
good name of Dubs.
Data was with us too. I do believe.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
I met you guys like halfway when you guys were coming home because you guys were sick of doing all the jumping. So I flew my carrier out and met you guys and brought you home.
No, what we were sick of is we were sick of mining our own tritium to get back.
Oh yeah, I brought you guys tritium.
That's right.
Right.
You took them like 11,000 tritium. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I jumped out there. No, I think it was only like 5,000 they needed, but Jesus, I forgot about that. You're welcome, guys.
That was like
Very generous.
That was like 2 years ago.
I know.
Get paid for it. What are you talking about? Like they had Thargoid hunting is like a free billionaire anytime you want to be one.
It's not free. You got to hunt the Thargoids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's hard for you guys.
I'm not sure you know what free means. Yeah, it is kind of
All
free.
right. I think
It's
on
pretty
that
free.
note, we need to wrap this up on that note, I think.
And
Yeah,
Eagle
all right.
said, "You chose death. I fired once, and he was gone."
I didn't say he was smart.
Hold on,
Are
I'll
you
start
going
up-
to test
I'll start
bot
up
the ending?
test- Yeah, I will start up the test bot. Hold on.
Sexy.
Talk
You're a
amongst
test bot.
yourselves. Why I go get test bot.
All right.
So
You probably need some oil, so I need a minute.
I misread. My Xbox account is at 383,000 light years. My PC account is at 277,000 light years. So together, I'm well over 600,000 light years.
Yeah, and you're still behind me, loser. Wait, I'm the loser. Never mind.
Thank you.
Oh, freaking A.
Freaking V.
Frickin' C.
All right, somebody kickstart Tefbot now.
Is this? Yeah, I mean, is he oiled?
The Teflon bot is indisposed.
It's the Teflon hive.
Yeah.
You now have the Tef Legion will take over. If you like the show, please rate and review us on your podcast player, which helps people find the show. Join us. Join us. Join us on Discord at discord.io/loosefruits and check out the merch store at loosefruits.com for mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, and more. And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/loosefruitsed.
So that's what
Join
my
the
night
test.
sounds like.
Join the Tef Legion. We are one. We are one.
All Patreons just cancel. All right. Well, nice
What?
to hang out with friends again.
Yeah,
Good to
space
see
buddies.
you all.
Space
Buddies.
buddies. What is it? Space buddies with
Yep.
chat?
Chatting with space buddies.
Yep.
All right.
Space
Space
chats.
buddy. Space
Space
buddies
chats.
and chill.
Farting in spacesuits with space buddies.
Space farts.
Space farts.
Hey,
canon.
hey, you want to know something?
Cannon.
You want to know something, you guys?
What?
I just want to tell you.
Because he's my best friend, he's my pal, he's my homeboy, my rotten soldier. He's my sweet cheese.
I love rotten soldiers so
Sweet cheese.
Oh, God.
All right, guys.
Why is
Say
Rotten
good night.
Soldier so funny?
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.
Say fresh cheese bags.